I used to believe friendship was bulletproof. That no matter what life threw at us, jobs, marriages, kids, distance, my best friend and I would always be solid. We met when we were 12. By 38, I thought of him as my brother. Then one decision, one betrayal, ripped it all apart. His name was Jason. We grew up on the same street, rode bikes until the streetlights came on, went to the same high school. In college, we stayed roommates, splitting instant noodles and overdue bills. After graduation, we stood as best man at each other's weddings. He was Uncle Jason to my kids, the guy who knew every story from my awkward teenage years. Our lives ran parallel for a while, mortgages, careers, the grind. I worked in IT, he went into real estate. He had the charisma I lacked, the kind of charm that made strangers trust him instantly. I envied it, but I also admired it. He could sell water in a rainstorm. So when he approached me about investing in a property deal, I didn't hesitate. He said it was a can't-miss opportunity, flipping a rundown duplex into high-end rentals. He needed capital, and I had savings. We'll split profits 50-50, he promised. He looked me in the eye when he said it. For 26 years, I'd trusted that look. I signed the papers without reading the fine print. Stupid, I know. But this was Jason. My Jason. At first, things looked fine. Renovations began. I even swung a hammer a few weekends, pretending I was more useful than I was. But then calls started going unanswered. Updates grew vague. Delays, he said. Supply issues. Months passed, then a year. Finally, I got a letter from a lawyer, the property had been sold. I hadn't seen a dime. When I confronted Jason, he didn't deny it. He just shrugged and said, the market tanked. I had to protect myself. You wouldn't understand. Protect himself. That's what he said to the man who had stood by him for 26 years, who had trusted him with his kids, his secrets, his savings. I felt like the ground had given out beneath me. We were supposed to be partners, I said. My voice cracked in a way that embarrassed me. He sighed, like I was being dramatic. It's just business, man. Don't take it personally. But betrayal isn't just business. It's personal down to the marrow. We stopped talking after that. My wife tried to comfort me, but even she was stunned. He was like family, she whispered, and the past tense hurt. My kids asked why Uncle Jason didn't visit anymore. I made up excuses, he was busy, he moved away. How do you explain to children that trust, once broken, sometimes never comes back? Months turned into years. I never saw the money again. Lawsuits were pointless, he'd buried everything in legal jargon I hadn't bothered to read. I could have fought, but the cost, financial, emotional, was too high. So I let it go, at least on paper. But in my heart, I carried the weight. Birthdays, holidays, barbecues, all felt emptier without him. Sometimes I'd catch myself about to text him a joke, then remember. That loss wasn't just about money. It was about history. About 1,000 memories that now felt tainted. People say betrayal teaches you lessons. Maybe it does. I've learned to read contracts, to guard my trust more carefully. But the price of that lesson was my oldest friendship. The last time I saw him was by accident, at a grocery store. He looked the same, confident, polished, carrying himself like the world owed him a favor. He smiled when he saw me, like nothing had happened. "Hey, stranger," he said. I froze. Then I turned and walked away. I didn't trust my voice not to break. Now, at 42, I've accepted that some losses don't heal. They just sit inside you, like stones at the bottom of a river. You move on, you build new friendships, but the water always runs around those stones. Jason taught me that even the people you trust most can take more than they give. And once they do, the friendship you thought was bulletproof shatters into pieces you'll never fit back together.